cool. You know, for years I've been into firearms. Just brought it to the channel here. But for a long time, there's one, probably the last 15 years or so that I'm saying I'll get around to getting, but I really, really want it. I will, and in the meantime, I purchase things like this little Sky CPX2 and my daily carry, the Smith & Wesson SD9 VE with the SD40V. Got some other ones up there. But none of these other firearms that I have filled the void of what I wanted. Well, a few weeks ago, I stumbled into the shop that I always buy from and noticed that they had one. One of the workers always sees me, pulls me over, and he's like, "Hey, man, I got something that I know you like." And it's a used shop. I don't buy brand new. And so, the astute of you, people who like firearms, will kind of recognize this magazine. It's chambered in .45, right? This is a clunker. But I finally got my hands on the type that I've always wanted. Keep in mind, this is not the best company that makes these, but this is a very good company. And I finally got my hands on a 1911. Now, as y'all saw before, nothing in the magazine. Chamber's clear. See? Got my hands on a high standard or Rock Island 1911. See? So, what do I think is so cool about this? Less about it's not a caliber debate. Y'all know that I'm a 9mm guy. Some cool features, half cock is a safety. It's got the beaver tail here, so right. But this is a safety, see? So, and it's even got the locked and loaded safety, not ambidextrous, right-handed, right? Can't do anything till this is off. But it's just, the 1911 has just been something that I wanted, right? I mean, something to be said about having one of these. This is the design. World War I, World War II. Major part of U.S. history. Now I believe these are steel forged. This is steel. This is not an alloy. This is steel. I mean, if you think high points are heavy, this is heavier than a high point, right? You guys know I have a high point 45. And this is heavier than that. People think high points are heavier, right? I don't know when next month when I get my concealed weapons permit. I don't know how I'm going to conceal this. I have no idea. versus something that I would conceal. This, right? I mean, we're talking good inch and a half difference, right? Okay, talking a good inch and a half difference. A lot thinner. This is way fatter, but and the best, one of the coolest things about this one, look at this trigger. As opposed to something like the CPX2, right? And this is polymer frame. Now, I'm not speaking bad about this. I love this CPX2, okay? It's got the internal hammer here. It's hammer fired too, you know, just like that is. Always keep one in the chamber of this one. You know, but just something to be said about a 1911, the history, quality. When you don't, there's no give in this. This is literally some cherry wood, or not cherry wood. It's wood, but I don't know what kind. Grips and steel. Okay, this is not polymer. This is not polymer like most are. This is a work of art. The 1911 has always been something that I really just wanted. It's just beautiful, and like I said, it's not polymer like every other handgun I have, or like the High Point. It's zinc alloy something. This is steel, okay? And even in other triggers, again, like with this one, or there's a little bit of wiggle right here. You can probably hear that. What am I doing actually? Right there, a little bit of wiggle. With this one, right here, nothing. Solid steel. Beautiful, beautiful firearm. And again, I'm waving it around, so we're gonna go double check again. Obviously, I haven't put anything in there, but it should be by habit that you. I forgot. It has last round hold open, but only if the magazine's in there. So I'm over here like, why is it not doing it? Forgetting to engage the safety. Now there you hear a little bit of wiggle. This is the barrel, but clear. Now the only thing I don't really like, I got big hands. And if it gives you an idea of how big the 1911 is, I can barely reach the safety. But even when you hear that, again, we're going to go through here. When I rack this slide forward, you hear it's just not as high quality. I rack that slide forward and you hear the metal hitting the plastic, right? This solid, right? Now if you look at the sights, you can see what the sights look like. Can you? Right here. Right. Look down like this. They're solid. Like I said, now with what I thought this one would have but doesn't, with this one, safety back here, can't engage it when it's not cocked. Now, so this is a safety, right? This is a safety. Your other way, half cocked, safety. So that way you don't have to have the hammer all the way back. If you want to release it, pull it back. Now, I don't recommend, right? Because I haven't, um, anything that I carry, with one in the chamber, I'm either really comfortable with, or I have a manual safety on. This manual safety will not engage if the weapon's not cocked. So, what a lot of people say to do, and I'm not going to, at least right now because I'm not comfortable with it, have the hammer all the way back, pull the trigger, move the hammer up. Now, I'm afraid to do that for one reason. And all of a sudden, a loud noise. You have the head back like this, all of a sudden something scares you. Boom, it's going to go off. But I am the proud owner of a high standard or a Rock Island 1911. And I have a couple other that I'd like to purchase, but this has always been the crown jewel for me. And it took a lot of hard work, a lot of hours. But this has been sitting there on layaway for me for a while. And I'm glad now. I'm the owner of a 1911. This, since I was a kid, has been the pistol that I've always wanted to own. And now I have one. I'm happy, man. It took a lot of hard work. Hours put in, budgeting, But I got what I've been wanting. It's not the Kimber that I wanted. It's not the Colts. But when factoring in something like this, you have to figure, these are mil spec, which means that I can put Kimber and Colt parts in here and sort of kind of build my own, which is what I plan to do. But when it comes for price difference for quality, high standard, aka Rock Island, their same company, they make some very, very good firearms. And now I can say I'm proud to say that this is going to be my bedside weapon. This is going to be what's going to be next to me, right next to me as I sleep. This is going to be my bedside weapon. I'm proud to own it.